Longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Tua throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Tua going to run with it. Run for Pollard. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Tua. Rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Azeez Ojulari in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Taken in at the 11. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Tony Pollard, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Going deep downfield for Ross. And got his man complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. John Ross, an even 90 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point try good by Godot. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense? Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays? And we'll see how determined they are. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. But not much on that run, Charles. No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them.
mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
These two teams all tied after one. Out of the gun on third down. Here's Tua. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Brady now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On third down, it's Pollard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And this offense, they've got it set up on the silver platter. 1st and goal inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play,
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. J.K. Dobbins, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Room here to run. And down to the 11. It's a big play there for Seattle. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Pollard going to try the right side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes it a 21-10 game. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a give, right side. Pollard. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Looking to pass. Tua. And Incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Brady. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Play action. Now it's Brady. He finds his man, complete. That's Gardner. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Going deep for Diggs. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, now Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Boy, 184 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd down, Pollard. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Azeez Ojulari picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play and give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding.
And my goodness, another interception. Jordan Brooks with it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Second and 8. Tua now running right on the option. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The kick by Carlson is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Giants. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will make this a 19-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
You're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Tua sets up to pass it. Going deep for Diggs. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd and 5 now. Brady. And that is incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a play fake. Brady. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Now that's a big pickup right there. And so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. One more time with Dobbins. Stays on his feet. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Dobbins. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Pollard. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Pollard. And he is going to get the 1st down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On third down, Pollard. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Pollard. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Going deep for Diggs. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Giants are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Brady going to throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Pollard again. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Giants, they move to a sparkling 15-1 with 1 game still to go in the regular season. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis.